Welcome to the Wholesaling Inc. podcast, America's #1 podcast for new real estate investors, where we know that finding discounted property is the most proven path to financial freedom. I am your host, Brent Daniels, Mr. TTP, Mr. Talk to People, and I am telling you this with absolute certainty that if I can do this business, so can you. So let's get started. Let's get started with this thought. Let's get started with this fact. All growth depends on activity. All growth depends on activity. Now, listen, there are a lot of people out there that are extremely interested in being a real estate entrepreneur, to being a successful real estate investor, but something's holding them back. There's almost like an invisible force field stopping them from taking action. And it's that education loop that catches people and catches people and catches people. I want to build up my confidence and courage before I can go out and start speaking with and meeting with distressed property owners and finding great opportunities. I need to mentally prepare and warm up and go through different scenarios and hallucinate different opportunities that might be coming my way and how to interact with certain personalities and certain situations. And then all of a sudden nothing happens because the education comes from the action. The education comes from the results. That's where you are truly getting a step ahead and a step ahead. And when one step in front of the other, then all of a sudden you were on the path of financial freedom because you were going out there and finding incredible opportunities, which leads me to this. I'm telling you, this interview is going to be unlike anything else because this is a 17-year-old. I'm going to have a conversation with a 17-year-old who is wholesaling out of a town that has just over 400 people, Wheatland, Indiana. And this kid is going to absolutely blow you away. And I hope that this gives you the courage and the confidence that you can go forward. I don't care if you're 20, 25, 30, 50, 60, however old you are, it doesn't matter. All that matters is that you go out there and you serve your community. You find the 6 to 10%, statistically speaking, of people that are out there that need your help, that are in some sort of distress. The 6 to 10% around the country in every market of people that need your help to help solve their problem with their properties. I hope that this gives you the boost. This gives you the confidence. And it is my absolute pleasure to introduce to the Rhino Tribe, to the Wholesaling Inc. podcast, Carson Leonard out of Wheatland, Indiana. Say hello to everybody, Carson.
Hello, everyone. My name is Carson Leonard. Brent, I couldn't have said it better myself, man. Absolutely. I 100% agree with you. I've got buddies who are stuck in analysis paralysis. Have you ever heard that term from Bigger Pockets? It's terrible. It catches you. It grabs you, man. It keeps you trapped. You can only learn from action. 100% agree.
And how did you listen? You're 17. There's a million different things getting thrown at you all the time. What made you want to start your business, building a business while you're in high school? You know what I mean? What about you? Like, what about your brain? How does it work that all of a sudden you're just like, I need to go out there and I need to be out there providing value? I wasn't doing that. How did you find that? When did that start?
Well, it all started when I first got my job at Walmart. I'm not good at jobs. I don't know what it is, but I really like to try to bring creative solutions to things and try to really help people, try to do something really valuable. And I started reading a few books about value, about wealth, like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, for example, and learning that money is nothing but a measurement of value. So for instance, you and I can be out here wholesaling, not necessarily doing very much work. Well, it's a lot of work, but not doing as much work as I would say I don't know, a bricklayer or something, but still come out on top when it comes in terms of income, just because of the amount of value that we're providing, right?
Yep.
But so I started doing that, and I don't know, I have a extreme desire for just exponential growth with wealth. I always had an infatuation with like Warren Buffett style of value investing in companies. Then I started learning about rentals. I learned how lucrative those were whenever I started looking into REITs, real estate investment trusts, and seeing how people could get in with like low or no money down, start cash flowing. And I took my real estate agent course for the state. Of course, I'm not old enough to be licensed yet. Once I hit 18, I'll be licensed, and I'll be able to pursue a career as an agent alongside, or I don't know. I would consider I'll be doing it, but more so on the side of my wholesaling business. But really, I just want to keep growing. I want to get rentals. Eventually, I want to start moving from wholesaling to cherry picking the best deals and start doing my own flips. To the point where I'm no longer wholesaling, I'm just flipping.
I love it. And listen, that's a very natural progression. Wholesaling is the foundation, and just throw away the whole word wholesaling for just a second. Wholesaling is just sourcing discounted properties. That's what it is. It's the skill, it's the art, whatever you want to call it, of finding discounted properties. Once you master that, once you get consistent with that, once you've got a healthy pipeline of opportunities for that, that's when you can start doing incredible things. Fixing and flipping, building your portfolio, development of property, lending on deals, right? I mean, going out there and there's so many different options that you can have. But it starts with your ability to find discounted properties, and where most real estate investors, kind of miss this step. Most real estate investors are getting the deals from us, right? They're counting on us to source those opportunities. But I'm telling you, if you start out from the ground floor, finding these properties and building a machine to always feed you really, really, really good discounted properties, you are going to build wealth faster than the person that skipped that step and they're just getting these properties from us to be able to build their rental portfolio, to be able to build their fix and flip business. Because we get an extra 10% off on average on these properties by going directly to the property owner. So I love that you're doing that. Now, talk to me about your schedule. So you go to school, and then when are you hunting for opportunities? When are you going after these properties?
Okay, so I'm actually really fortunate. I took enough classes in high school that I actually only have to do half day and half year. Yep. So I only go till noon. And government and econ, I'm not gonna lie, I just kind of scan Zillow. I look at those newly listed leads, and I'm over here texting agents on my phone in class. I get leads like that. For the ones that don't answer,
roll that back, Carson. Roll that back. So you're in class, you're looking at Zillow, you're texting agents about what?
So I'll say, hey, my name's Carson. I'm texting about your listing on, whatever property on whatever street. Can I get some more details on it? And then usually I won't just get any kind of property. I try to look for ones that at least look a little bit distressed, right? Because if you just go after those random properties, more likely than not, you're going to find an agent who's just trying to sell someone's home, who's just trying to upscale or just move into a different home. And, stealing the equity out of people's pockets is, one thing, but you're not likely to get a deal that way anyways.
Yeah. But so when you're literally, you have Zillow on your phone?
Oh no, I get it on the laptops that.
All right, so you got your laptop. You're looking for properties that look like they need some renovation.
Right.
They need some love.
Right.
And then you text that agent and say, "Hey, listen, I'm interested in this property." And then are you starting to negotiate with them on the price?
Well, I don't do that until I learn, what everything needs or what the property really needs, and then a little bit about or behind why it's being sold. And then once I have an idea of that, of course, I'll run my comps. Really, I'll run my comps before I even text the agent, just to know if it's even worth pursuing.
Okay.
And then I just try to find out everything I can about the property. Yeah, I'll start negotiating if I can, as soon as I reasonably can. I don't want to, pitch a price that's just higher than what I actually should be, and then just lose a deal because of that.
Right.
But
So when you're texting these agents, are you essentially pre-qualifying them? Pre-qualifying what's going on?
It's actually a distressed asset, making sure that, I always offer double commissions because in Indiana, dual agency is legal, and that just makes them more attracted to put in my offer. But it also helps that I'm also looking at the newest listings, and I'm usually the first person text. Like literally today, I called a listing that was up for not even a minute. I just got on Zillow and it was just listed 1 minute ago, zero views, zero saves. And I called the lady. I was like, fast, ain't I? And she was laughing about it. But that's a lead I have in Indianapolis that I just got today.
What made you call on that lead?
Well, it looked a little distressed and it said seller has never lived in home. So that told me, a few things. Maybe it was a rental property and it's a tired landlord. Maybe it's a probate and it was a probate. So I'm working through, and they are attracted to an as is all cash offer. They don't want to clean it out. They don't want to mess with it. So I'm working with them on that right now, but it's in pretty good condition.
Got it. And aren't you competing against multiple offers as it hits the market? I mean, what happens then?
But when you're first, and also, you just keep on putting more and more offers and more properties, because of course you're going to get hundreds, if not thousands of no's, but you're searching for that one yes. Those deals are out there. Think of it like a crowd of houses. Those deals are out there. You just have to manually skim through and actually find them, right?
Yep.
And that's why you just keep talking to people, keep having those high quality conversations with distressed sellers.
Yep.
And you'll find
the people that represent them. They're
right, or the people that represent them. I don't just look at MLS leads. I also look at for sale by owners. Actually, those are usually better, but sometimes people just put them up there. Sometimes they don't really care about the property at all, and they just want it gone.
Now, do you feel like it's area specific? Like, are you going for bigger cities? Are you going for your local city? Are you going for, like, where are you targeting your efforts?
Okay, most of my efforts are in Bloomington and Indianapolis. I don't really want to mess with small deals because, a $50,000 house versus a $300,000 house, what's the difference? The assignment fee, right? Nothing else. Maybe the competition, but the competition is like, I don't know. I feel like it's easy to stay ahead of the competition as long as you're consistent and you're, taking action each and every single day.
And, the amazing thing is if you combine consistency and like being very, 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 very like on the ball when it comes to communicating, like over communicating and consistency, you're going to win. I am telling you, people will take less for their properties because they want to work with somebody that they're going to communicate. They feel like it's a better customer service experience. They feel like this is going to be a lot smoother for them. And believe it or not everybody cares about the price. It's just the truth. They just want it to be smooth. They want it to be done. They will trade equity or potential equity for speed and convenience. It happens thousands of times every single day. It's just going out there and having enough swings at the plate so that you have those opportunities, so that you come across those opportunities when somebody does say yes after 199 people said no, but that one makes you, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. And I agree with you 100%, Carson. Just looking at all of the people that I've, network with and, that have these really, big, robust businesses and bringing in millions of dollars from wholesale operations to people that are just getting going and the people that I've coached around the country, it's about 10%. About 10% is what we make on a deal. So do you want to get 10% of 300,000 or 10% of 50,000? And that's what you were alluding to earlier. So when you're thinking about that, everybody watching and listening to this, make sure that you make that a consideration. And I would highly suggest you only go after properties that once they're fixed up, they sell for at least $150,000, because I want you to make a minimum of $15,000 per deal. Because that's when things really start. You get a net a lot more, and then all of a sudden you get a bigger opportunity to invest that money, right? First we work for the money, and then that money starts working for us. And that's when we find financial freedom and freedom of schedule. So I love it. I love this technique that you're going after the agents with the properties on the market, just taking shots, seeing how many that you can, how many offers you need to make to get a deal. Do you have kind of rough numbers on how many offers you have to make to be able to get a deal through the finish line? Or you still
I've only been doing this for a couple months, so I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't have those KPIs tracked.
That's cool.
But if I had to make an assumption, I would say that maybe roughly 1 in 60 leads that I look at on for sale by owner. But the thing is, like, you also have to consider, you and I are going to be different in what we look for.
Sure.
What you look for might have a higher success rate. What I look for might also have a higher success rate, but I could be missing a lot. I could be missing on a lot of deals out there just because of something I might not be looking for.
Right. Right. I got it. But that comes with experience. I mean, the more offers you make, the more you're going to understand, that's the sweet spot. If I go after these properties in this area is up and coming. People don't really know yet. They just opened, they're building a new whatever factory or a new some sort of economic hub that is going to bring jobs to this area. And it's, people don't really know it's going to happen in like 18 months, 2 years before this really gets going, but things are starting to warm up. Then all of a sudden you're like, okay, this is a great fishing hole.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's actually something that, kind of reeled me away from stocks and real estate. With stocks, insider trading is illegal. With real estate, you can learn as much about a market as you want to. I mean, you can know the investors, what they're going to do, the rehab projects they're going to be taking on soon, what companies and business are going to be entering the city. And, like you said, that has a huge play on property values. And a property you might pick up this month, like, you could pick it up at, maybe even retail price or asking price. And you could take it to an investor who actually sees the value in the property that the seller may not, just because they also have that insider information, and then you could still make a wholesale deal out of it.
Yeah. Well, also people have different strategies, Carson, right? I mean, some people, a lot of these bigger companies, the hedge funds or the internet buyers like Zillow and Open Door and OfferPad and some of these other ones, they've got different strategies. Sometimes they buy up a lot in a market and then put them all on the market. They understand supply and demand. They raise the prices of all of
artificially
them based on the comps that they bought one of their properties at cash, completely legal. So it's really interesting, not to get into the weeds with that too much, but let's break down a deal, Carson. Let's break down a deal.
Right.
I mean, This is what people want to hear about. They want to see you take this thing from start to finish. 17 years old, goes to school until noon, comes home and starts grinding and building his wholesaling and real estate investing business. So let's prove it to everybody. Let's break down a deal.
Okay, so which one do you want to hear? I've got two that I would really like to talk about. The first one, I messed it up a lot. And, I missed out on some money because of it, but it's all right. Doesn't matter.
Let's break them both down. Let's break them both down.
Go for it. I'll talk about my first deal in Terre Haute, Indiana. Or no, it was in Evansville, Indiana. Sorry. It was a project that was just completely gutted. It was down to the studs. It had a new roof on it. It looks like the exterior was really good, but the interior needed everything, absolutely everything. And it was listed on for sale by owner for $29,900. And
ForSaleByOwner.com or For Sale by Owner on Zillow?
For Sale by Owner on Zillow. I didn't know that was a site. My bad. Okay.
Yep.
I found it on Zillow, For Sale by Owner, and I found the motivation in the dude. He's just like, it's a failed rehab project. I'm just not looking to do it anymore. I just want it gone as soon as possible. And I'm like, okay, well, I could probably have it gone in a couple weeks if you do 22. He's like, really? So I'm like, yeah, really. And then we started getting in talks, and at this time I didn't even have a contract. So I had my mentor refer me to an attorney out in Indianapolis. He made me some contracts. So I got that. I sent him over to the seller, but I had made a bunch of mistakes because I was a minor. I didn't have an LLC set up yet, so where I could legally do contracts properly. So my buyer, he was really nice, and instead of just screwing me over and taking the deal out of my hands, he just gave me $500, and he's like, okay, well, I'm just going to take care of the contracts and everything for you. You found the deal, so I'll still pay you a little. So I think I could have actually gotten a couple grand out of it reasonably, but it doesn't matter. I'm 17. My living expenses are gas, right? And I drive a hybrid, so it's not even that big of a deal. Like, I was just so happy to actually pretty much get my first deal done. That was the big thing, because it's just a proof of concept. I got it done, and I'm just like, wow, I could repeat this. I could do this again, but I know where I messed up, and I know what I need to do the next time to, instead of taking home that $500, take home like maybe 5 or 6 grand.
Yep.
And then the second deal, it was in Bloomington, Indiana. Another for sale by owner lead off of Zillow. Okay,
So
don't get me wrong.
Real quick, Carson. So you didn't have a contract. Do you have a local mentor? Do you have a mentor that you work with virtually? Like, who is this mentor, and how has that played into your confidence move? You know what I mean? Like, let's touch on that a little bit.
I've actually got a couple mentors.
Yep.
And these guys are just more experienced people who do like real estate and who do real estate in general. So like Phil Wiley, he's a great realtor in Illinois, but he has a bunch of rentals in my city. I really like him. He's a great dude. He's really experienced. He's a great agent, and he has a bunch of rentals, and he's just really knowledgeable about things from markets to legal stuff to just talking with sellers in general. So awesome. Anytime I kind of have an oh crap moment, I can call him up, and I know he'll pick up the call, which is great. I honestly wish I can give more value, but I just don't know how. My other main mentor, Phil's awesome.
Yeah.
I actually told him about this. He was going to watch it. So yeah, shout out to Phil. Thanks for everything, man. But my other main mentor, his name's Mike. He's a realtor, or he's an agent in Indianapolis. I don't know if he's a realtor or not, but he's a wholesaler. I think he gets a lot of his leads from mailers and referrals, but aside from that, he's just really knowledgeable about creative wholesaling, like sub 2. He's taught me all about that. Lease options. I don't know if he taught me about that or if that was someone else. Owner financing. He referred me a title company and that attorney who got me the contracts. So they're just really, really genuinely helpful people. I came into here thinking that, people might not be as helpful, but it's almost like everyone I talk to is always just nice to you if for talking to them and asking them questions. Now am I like asking them, I wouldn't recommend you go up to someone and say, hey, will you be my mentor? That's just not only rude, but it makes you look bad. Mike reached out to me on Bigger Pockets, and he said that he wanted to help me out, which was nice. And then Phil, I cold called him off of a cash buyer list, and I was just looking for cash buyers before I found my first deal, which, now I know I would rather find a deal first and then a buyer, but that's just what I was doing. I found him, and he was like, whoa, you're 17. Whoa, slow down. And he just wanted to teach me as much as he could. It seemed like before I started doing such a serious thing and potentially getting myself into legal trouble, right?
Deals? You mean getting deals?
Right.
You
just wanted to help me out.
Getting into legal contracts to purchase property as a minor, technically.
There's a lot that can go wrong.
Sure.
And you definitely don't want to be on the bad end of the stick of that. So he's definitely helped me quite a bit there. He's helped me dodge some bullets.
Being proactive not only in your business, but also to find really, really, really good people that have experience and have that servant heart and want to give you some advice and guidance. That's fantastic. Listen, I am telling you, 99% of this business is just picking up the phone and calling somebody and having a really good tone of voice, having energy and enthusiasm for this business, and asking for some help, asking for how you can provide value to them, asking for what they're looking for so that you can bring them deals, especially if you're reaching out to people that are doing, these are millionaires in your market. These are people that have been doing real estate for forever. How about just reaching out and saying, how can I find you a deal? How can I find you a deal today? What's the best way that I should do that? I want to build this relationship. I want to bring you more money. I want to bring you more opportunities. How do I do that? Well, do this. That's the conversation. That's the conversation. People will open up like flowers. They would just be so welcoming. I'm telling you, this industry is incredible. It is incredible how many people are willing to share if you're willing to go out there and provide value to them and really bring them more opportunities. And real estate investors, we're like junkies. We love deals. We love them. We love them. Somebody's going to bring us a deal. You're my new best friend. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
So that's phenomenal. So let's break down that second deal.
Okay. So in Bloomington, Indiana, found it on a for sale by owner on Zillow. It was listed for $80,000. I called up the guy, and running comps in the neighborhood, stuff is selling for like $180. So I'm like, okay, this is probably pretty good. But they're selling for $180 in 2018 and 2019. So I'm like, okay, this must be really good. So since then, real estate has appreciated like 10 to 15%, if not a little bit more. But it also just happened to be a really, really nice neighborhood. So I called him up and I found out what was up with the property. It was that he actually got it at a bank auction, and he picked it up for $60. And well, it was a huge fix and flip project. He just didn't have the money to take it on. It had foundation repair, or it needs foundation repairs, floors, walls, just pretty much everything but a roof, electric, and a furnace, right? Everything else needed completely redone. So I got him in talks, and then I was able to negotiate 68.5. And I'm just like, I can come in here, I can take this property, it can be gone in just a few weeks, and you can actually make some money on this, even though you didn't even touch it. So, he got something out of it, which is great. And then I was able to find a buyer at, wait, did I say it was listed for 60 or 80? Because it was listed for 80.
You said he bought it for 60.
Yeah, he bought it for 60. That's what he bought it.
68.5.
I offered him 68.5, and then I got,
for how much?
I sold it for 75.
75,000, and you netted how much?
$8,500.
Come on.
I've been waiting for that bell for so long, man. You don't even know.
I love it. Listen,
it feels so
I
good.
love it. I mean, that is a celebration. That is a celebration and recognition of you going out there and being proactive. Listen, I'm sure that a lot of people saw that on Zillow. If you probably go back to it and look up that address, you can see how many times that property's been viewed. But there was that one person that reached out, made the connection, and put it together and got paid $8,500 by putting it under contract and getting that over to your cash buyer. And that's you, man. I mean, that's incredible. 17,000. Now, to lock this up, did you have a parent or somebody sign the contract? Who did the contract for you?
Okay, so after the mess with my first deal,
yep.
I talked to my attorney, and we got something completely new worked up. So I formed my own LLC. I have 100% ownership in it, but what separates me from the LLC is its own separate entity, right? The LLC doesn't have to be 18 years old to own assets. I can't sign legal contracts for buying real estate for it, but what I did was I was able to assign someone an officer role on my company.
Sure.
And it allows them, or I inform the state that they have the authority and only the authority to sign on my behalf
for
real estate transactions.
Yeah.
And that's my mom. So she just DocuSigns, and then it works. It's legal, it's clean. It lets the title be conveyed, and the title company sends out a check to my company, and then I just put it in the company's bank account.
I love it. I
So
love it. I love it. Look at that. And then how's your pipeline of leads? How's it going? You've been going at it 60 days?
I would say closer to 3 months, but
90 days.
yeah.
Look at that. I am telling you, just take that consistent action. Just be proactive, build up that courage, and just pick up the phone and talk to these people. And you're picking these up, with people that want you to call them because they're for sale by owners. They're excited for you to call them. I mean, you're also going direct to the seller, and you're going to get bigger deals that way, in my opinion, and in my experience. You're going to get much bigger deals going that route. But holy cow, I'll tell you what, $8,500, 17 years. Well, technically 9,000 between the two in 90 days. You're an inspiration. I hope that this hits the hearts and minds of younger people. I hope it hits everybody, as an inspiration, but I hope that it just shows people that there are options out there. You've got different options besides just staying in a box and following the path of most people. You don't have to be average. You can go out and be exceptional and build something special and build something that you're passionate about, build something that fulfills you, that you feel that, there's a lot of young people out there's a lot of people, but there's a lot of young people that understand how much potential they have, and they don't know what outlet to put it towards. I'm telling you, you put it towards real estate. Whoo, it's a great life.
That's where 90% of the millionaires come from in America, baby.
It's great life.
90%.
I'm just telling you, it's a great life. The difference between people that are in real estate versus not, difference between people that own real estate versus not, it is night and day. It's a huge difference. So, just what an inspiration, what a story. I mean, you're a shining example of, if you just take action and you're pointed in the right direction, you understand that there's people out there that will trade potential equity for speed and convenience. You're going to win. You're going to win. So that's awesome, Carson. I love it. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. How do people get a hold of you? What's the best way? What's the best way? Is it
you find me on Instagram?
Is it email? Is it some other?
Carson.Leonard_. I've got an email address that you can send, it's not a personal email, but it's like a second email for if I want to just give it out and I'm afraid someone might spam or something, whatever. I still check it though. It's carsonlnrd@gmail.com. So like Leonard, like my name, but LNRD. And then I also have a YouTube channel, Carson Leonard. I want to start actually making content just because, I don't know. I've been recording myself speaking with agents and with sellers.
You better get loud, brother. Get loud. I'm telling you.
I need a better microphone.
Give your Instagram again real quick. I was talking over you. Go ahead.
Very good. Carson.Leonard_. It's just a picture of me in a tank top, being a dude at the gym.
Being a dude. I love it. Carson Leonard, 17 years old, out of Wheatland, Indiana, closed 2 deals in less than 90 days for $9,000. Incredible, brother. Well, thank you for coming on here. I appreciate you telling your story, giving the inspiration, giving people some confidence to go forward. I hope that all the people that that are waiting on the sidelines, big shout out. Now, here's the challenge to all you out there that are waiting on the sidelines to gather all the information to take action. You don't need to follow in Carson's lead, and you're going to be finding some incredible deals out there. So thank you, Carson, for joining us. All right. And for anybody else that is interested in joining the most proactive group in real estate investing, it is the TTP family, the TTP coaching program. Go to wholesalinginc.com/TTP. That's wholesalinginc.com/TTP. Check out what it's all about. We show you who to talk to, what to say, how to be efficient. That's what we're teaching there. Go check it out. Check out all the testimonials. Do your research. Google it. Check it out. If it feels good in your gut, sign up for a call. And I look forward to working with you personally. That's wholesalinginc.com/TTP. And that's it for me. What an inspiration. Absolutely incredible. 17 years old. Wow. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for joining us on the Wholesaling Inc. podcast. If you want to watch this, go to Brent Daniels' YouTube channel. And until next time, I encourage you to talk to people. See you later. Love you.